Ding ding. Welcome. You're right on time for Delulu Hour. As the name entails, Delulu Hour is the podcast where I yap for however long about life, pop culture, anime, and of course, K-pop, all with a hint of spice and a crap ton of delusion. My name is Kevin, and I am the main host of the show. Today, hi guys, I'm alone today. We had two amazing guests for the past two episodes. We had Duva for the second episode for the Hybe versus Adore discussion. That was 10 out of 10. And and for episode 3, there was Nicole talking about our emotional immaturity. So go check those out if you haven't already, because they were lovely guests, and once again, I want to thank them for coming onto the show. But yeah, for this week, we're gonna chill, we're gonna vibe. It's just me today, and I hope you love my voice, because I'm gonna be yapping on for I would say the next 30 minutes. Hopefully, that is good with you guys. I mean, after all, you're tuned in, right? So okay, so what's going on? So if you guys haven't checked it out already, or you maybe don't watch my vlog content for some reason, even though you're subscribed to the channel, but like my Vancouver vlog is out. Yes. Okay, I slayed so hard with the editing there. I loved the video so much. It was so much fun to edit. The trip was so fun, as I mentioned before in the previous episode. Like on the first episode, I think. I don't remember exactly when, but it was amazing. Loved it so much. Yeah, I worked really hard on the vlog, so please check it out. For insider take, my favorite part of the trip was actually like the shenanigans that we pulled off during the trip, like at our Airbnb. Whether it was drinking, sharing a bathroom with my 5 other friends, and watching like brain rot on the TV. It was like amazing. It was just like a great time. And I think that kind of like reflects what I talked about like last week, where, or no, sorry, not last week, but last episode, where like I like to have like a family thing, a community thing, and like that's exactly what I got at the Airbnb with my friends. So like, it was a fun moment. It was some fun times, and also. Yeah, for the people who did check it out, thank you very much. Thank you so much for watching. Please leave a like and a comment on that if you haven't already. It helps with the engagement and interaction. Thank you very much. And also, I was thinking about doing like TikToks and like short form content from the vlog. So let me know if you want to like see that. But also, I'm going through the footage. I'm like, what parts can I even like turn into a short exactly? I'm not sure. So please let me know, guys. And also, let me know if you want to see like more content like that, because I don't know, like my life is kind of uninteresting, and I don't go out that often. It's just like sometimes I say that, and I went to New York, and I have a New York vlog coming out soon. But aside from that, like here in Toronto, like I don't really go out much. Like we only got the money, inflation's kind of inflating, and yeah, I don't got the money for that. And also like I have to be like doing big boy stuff, like working on my content and stuff. Oh, which is so annoying. So yeah, let me know if you want to see more content. I got vlog content, I guess, or like lifestyle content. Yeah. But what's been going on for me? Well, the past 2 weeks were mainly me just editing editing the Vancouver vlog. But aside from that, we're gonna talk about like a little bit of K-pop first, a bit before we get into the main spice of the show. Uh, there's been like a lot of like amazing releases actually in the past few days or past week. I think a lot of groups are doing like pulling out their like summer concepts out, and I've just been oh I didn't know I was a summer girly until like more and more summer songs came out, and I love it so much. One of the songs I highly recommend for those of you watching is Kiss of Life's Sticky. Sticky is a really great summer song. It kind of has like Sistar vibes, if you know Sistar, but also it's such a like feel good song. I was actually playing it the other day when I was out for what was it? Like Toronto. Me and my friends were out for Toronto Islands. If you don't know what that is just some place you have to take a ferry to here in Toronto, and then it's like a whole island like for biking. There's like a little, I guess, carnival. Would you call it carnival or like just like play because there's like the zoo animals. There's also like a skyline thing that you ride across the sky, and like a lot of party food. Like there's funnel cake, ice cream, just your typical like carnival stuff, right? So it's a really fun place to check out if you are here in Toronto and you have nothing to do for the summer. So yeah, we were there like maybe last week or 2 weeks ago, and I was playing that song, and it was just, like such a great vibe, a great song to listen to while you're having fun during the summer. And also we had G Idols, my bias. I'm in Neverland. Yes, we had G Idols. What was it? I Sway album, and with the title track Klaxon. And Klaxon is also similar to Sticky, but not like I would say Sticky is more sexy summer, and then Klaxon is more like fun, silly summer. Because Klaxon is um if you don't know what klaxon is apparently a car honking sound. I didn't know what that was either. I had to like, look it up. And apparently it's like a really popular term people use in I think the UK, like British, and also like in Korea they say klaxon. Uh, and they don't say like they don't have like a word for horn, I guess. But yeah, like klaxon is I guess they use the sound klaxon to personify like saying like oh I love you because I'm honking the horn, like it's like a loud confession kind of thing. So it's like a really silly song, and I love that. And so I've been playing that over and over again. There's also Baby Monsters. I was about to say Baby Monsters Sticky. Baby Monsters Forever. My friend showed me this one. And oh my god, I loved it on the first listen. I heard some criticism saying like this is not really Baby Monster sound. They're not like as hardcore for this song as like the previous songs like Sheesh and Batter Up. But honestly, like I I love it. Like it has the YG vibe to it, which obviously when we're checking out a song from a YG artist from the YG company, we're expecting some kind of like huge drop into the chorus and then followed by like a almost non-existent bridge into an outro, right? But for this song, like we got a full like chorus, like full three choruses, a really pretty bridge, and also like such a fun like they you have to listen to the song to understand what I'm saying, right? But they had like they spiced it up for the last chorus, and it was oh I loved it so much. So I've just been playing these three songs over and over again. In fact, if I go to my Spotify, I use this a website called statsforspotify.com, and it just pretty much tells you like what your top songs are for like the past few weeks or the past 6 months or the past 12 months. So literally in the top three, we have Klaxon, Forever, and Sticky, the songs I just mentioned. And then I'll just go through like my top 10. So we have the other songs from the I Sway album. So Last Forever, Bloom, Neverland. We have Sujin's Rizmia. That is from Sujin's second EP album, Riz. We have Everglow's Zombie. That was their most recent stuff, which honestly I'm surprised Zombie is up here because I thought like because it came out I think earlier in June, and it is on my playlist, but I kind of listen to it on and off, so I'm just like whatever. But I thought it would be like fall down by now because I kind of don't listen to it as much as I once did when it first came out. Like it already like is overplayed for me, I guess. So and it's also like not. It's not like other Everglow songs, right? You know what I mean? So yeah. Um and then we have Super Lady. So, Super Lady's a bop. And then we have Cheeky Icy Thing. So this is also Stacy's summer song. And this one, I think this one is falling under the radar for most people just because it sounds like their previous track, Run to You, which everyone loves Run to You. I am a sucker for Run to You. I love that song so much. But Cheeky Icy Thing is, mm, they have very, it's a very, it gets stuck in your head kind of song, but it's not the kind of song you want to listen to over and over again, if that makes sense. But I will say the intro part when I don't know how to pronounce Xian. Is that how you say it? The one who says "run to you." It's she says like "민요와 야스면 내가 beast." I need to make a TikTok about that because I'm obsessed with that line so much. I will blow up the song for Stacey girls. Let's go. I will be higher up entertainment, PR team. Yes. Okay. And that's the top 10 with Midas Touch unfortunately falling out. It comes at 11th place, but Midas Touch is so good. I will play the song over and over again until, oh my god, it is such a great song. And then my top artist for the last 4 weeks was G Idol, as always, Kiss of Life, Everglow, and then we have Sujin and Stacy following at number 4 and 5. And that's all I'll go into for now. But this is just Spotify stats, keep in mind. I listen to a lot of K-pop through YouTube, actually. And and what I think I don't know how to pronounce it. I think it's Even. It was the boy group that came after Boys Planet, not Zero Base One, but they took like the other trainees who didn't make it and then formed another 7 member group. So Even's Batter Love, that one is really good too. It's also a summer song. Uh, I highly recommend that song. That one is like so underrated right now. And also there's what was it? Oh, Sistars Alone. This one is not a summer song. I would say this is more like a winter or like fall song. Because it's kind of about heartbreak and being alone, right? And it's like it's an old school song, right? I think it came out like 8 years ago, or maybe even more than that, right? But I love the retro sound. I've been getting more into it nowadays. So that's that. Yes. I think that's all I have to talk about K-pop for now. If there's something else that comes up, I'll bring it up. But we will get into the main thing that I want to talk about for this episode, which is 4 lessons I've learned in the past 4 years. See what I did there? Because it's episode 4 as well. my people would know. Okay, so why 4 lessons? Well, I think that this kind of trend is like pretty much people do this all the time where they say like, oh, when I turn 30, then I'm going to do like 30 lessons I learned in 30 years. But like, you're not going to learn lessons at 1 years old, 2 years old or kind of thing. Or it's like, these are very like general rules or general lessons that people come up with. Like, oh, like, I learned to always be on time for XYZ, right? Like obviously that's kind of common sense. But that's why I narrowed it down to 4 lessons. Still I would say like because I am also like a human being and like we share similar experiences with other human beings, like these 4 lessons are also going to be kind of similar to everyone else. And maybe like you've learned this for yourself as well along the way. But yeah, like these 4 lessons are mainly like an insight of what I've experienced in the past 4 years. To give context, like the past 4 years, I was starting university, I was working a part-time job, I was dealing with my own like personal relationships, like friendships, maybe love or interest, and also just like figuring out like what to do for my career and stuff like that. So with that being said, I want to have fun with these lessons. So I picked 2 lessons that are like actually like meaningful and helpful. I would say. I'm not saying the other 2 aren't helpful, but the other 2 are more like kind of trolling because it's more directed to the experiences that I've personally dealt with, and I will be like going more in depth about those 2 just because like you'll see what I mean, right? So without further ado. So lesson number 1 is you want to create your own social circle. Starting in university, I pretty much had no like barely any friends, right? I only had friends starting from elementary school until high school. And then post high school, it's like it was during COVID time, right? So all the friends like and acquaintances that I made that kind of got cut off abruptly. Like you'll know what I mean if like you're also like an O2er who was graduating in 2020. Uh like pretty much your last connection with your friends cut off, and then boom, like good friends that you made during that time, like those are the friends that you're stuck with until however long, right? I love my friends right now that I made going from elementary school all the way until high school. uh but then going into university, it's like you need to make your own circle, because I learned the hard way that not having any friends or acquaintances in class is really daunting. I remember, like, during the few classes that we had online, pretty much like we're all like really introverted, right? Like, we don't know how to talk to people. We don't know how to initiate the conversation, right? And also, there's no like face to face communication. So that really messed up with our first like 2 years, which led to me being even more of an introvert during that time. uh, and and I say like you have to make these social circles is because no matter what you do in life, you will need to rely on others, just like how others will need to rely on you, right? Like that goes both ways. For example, like as I just mentioned, like our lives are very like based on like exchange, like I give you something, you give me something, we're both happy, like those kind of interactions, right? Like the simplest way to visualize that is, okay, I'm gonna pay you $10 to work at my store, and then what you get money, right? And I get someone competent from for the hour to man my store, right? Like that's the simplest way to put it, right? Um, and for the longest time, I would say, especially in university, is I thought like I could get away with only being friends with the people I met before university. That was not the case. You definitely need to make friends in university, and it doesn't even have to be like friend, like I'll die for you kind of friend. It just has to be like acquaintances where uh you give your name to someone, you have like some nice exchanges, you have a conversation like saying, oh, good morning, how was your day, what did you do on the last assignment, how was your assignment in the last period, or like you're like crowd talking to the teacher afterwards, just like stuff like that like goes a long way. And I'm really emphasizing that because if you are currently an introvert and like you're absolutely like, no, I don't want to talk to anyone, I'm gonna let people talk to me first, and even if they talk to me first, I'm like not gonna initiate anything with them afterwards, like you're gonna have a real hard time in life. All right. um and this is coming from a people pleaser, like it's easy for me to I guess make these connections with people because although I am an introvert, I am pushing myself more now to be on the extroverted side. In fact, like I did a personality test on like the other day, and I'm actually E now. My full thing is ENFP. So I'm like, okay, slay. This YouTube thing is like changing my life. Okay, um, but also being an extrovert when needed to be lets you make these connections, and also like in general like it kind of like brings out a better side to you, I guess. It brings you out of your comfort zone is what I'm trying to say, because I think all my life, especially in high school and the first few years of university, I was really shy. I didn't want to talk to anyone. I didn't want to join any clubs. I was just like, yeah, once this class is over, I'm gonna dip. But you have to like sacrifice time and energy, and like what I mean, like push your comfort zone, as I was saying, like to make these friends, make these connections. It'll go a long way for your life. And I know it's challenging at first, but once you get in the habit of it, like you're gonna start liking it. Like I really like. I think by the time I was like, this always happens. Like, oh my god, it makes me upset to this day still. Okay, but for the first like 3 years. Okay, wait, let me backtrack again. So I can remember like very key moments in my like grade six, grade eight, grade like 12, 11, and also like at the end of university of where I was like, fuck it, I'm just gonna go out, sign up for something and pray for the best, you know? But I wish I did that earlier. This is the key point. You're gonna make, okay, you're gonna have so many moments in life where you have to make like a big decision. Even if it doesn't seem like a big decision at the time, like when you look back on it in life, like I am right now, like you realize like you're gonna regret it so much. So don't make the same mistake I'm gonna say, right? So in grade six, this is like this is like more on the minor side because it's grade six, right? But I was really scared to join sports teams because straight men. I'm not kidding, okay? Like, because I was a closeted gay. I didn't know I was gay at the time, right? But the vibes of straight men scared me. I don't know. Okay, like, and this is still continuing on like throughout my life, right? Like even now I'm still kind of scared, but like now it's like chill because we allies now, right? But in grade six, like that was terrifying for me because these guys are like more masculine than me. They're more like down, I guess. I don't know what they like. I don't know what's going on. We're all kids. What the fuck? What the fuck is going on? But pretty much, I had a friend who wanted to try out for the basketball team, right? And me being the supportive friend I decided like, okay, I'll try out with them if that means like they'll try out, right? Because my friend was like scared of trying out on their own, so I was like, okay, I'll go with you. However, spoiler alert though, I didn't make it in because this bitch don't ball. Okay, the only ball I play with. I'll stop right there. Okay. What was I saying? Okay. Yeah. So I didn't make it to the team, but still, like I was happy that I tried out. Even if I didn't make it in, it was like a fun experience. Like seeing wow, I remember this moment so vividly now. Like I was walking into the gym, right? And then I see like everyone signing up, like pretty much the entire grade six class, right? They turn around, like look at who's signing around. And it's like, whoa, like you're signing up, Kevin? Like, and I was like, yeah, I know, right? I'm like, why am I here? And also like my other friend who was also like kind of on like the the this kind of side, like the slay kind of side. Like my friend was also there too, my other friend, right? And there was like, whoa, like Kevin and this person are here too. I'm like, we were just like, yeah, yeah. I don't know how we got here, but we here we are. Um, and in the end, like I think only like the friend that I was accompanying made it to the team because he was actually like really good and also like straight. um, so he made it in. Congrats. But for me, that was like low key traumatizing experience. But then it was fun. It was fun. Okay. But then this happened again in grade like seven, I think. I was really good at volleyball. Apparently, my gym teacher was like, why didn't you try out? Like, what are you doing, right? But I was same thing. I was scared. And yeah, I was scared pretty much. It was grade seven, and I came from like the school I was originally at was like not so popular. So like I was like the only guy who went to my school pretty much. Me and another guy, but he didn't try out for the volleyball team, and I wasn't even that good friends with like the person. Yeah. Oh, sorry. Like, okay, if I don't have any names, this makes it so hard to explain the story. I'm sorry, but you get what I mean, right? So everyone in grade seven pretty much already knew each other. I was like already a loner. I was like, I wanted to try out for volleyball, but I was scared. My gym teacher was like, "Why didn't you try out?" And I was like, "Yeah, I was scared." But that moment haunted me till this day because I'm a volleyball bitch. I like haiku. I'm a weeb, and I wanted to play volleyball, but now like I didn't get to experience like playing in a team. Uh, the only time I got to experience like playing volleyball was like in gym class, but I literally stopped taking gym class after I didn't need to in grade 9, right? Like grade 10, grade 11, grade 12 here in Ontario, like once you're finished gym in grade 9, you don't need to take it anymore. And girl, that was the best decision I made in my entire life. Let me say that. At least I don't regret that one. Because, oh my God, this is so off topic, but in grade 9, if, okay, don't stalk me, please. Okay, but pretty much I went to a French school, and I was required to speak French in grade 9 for gym class, as it was a requirement, right? So my ass was terrible at French, and the gym teacher did not have any of that. Oh my God. I was so shy in grade 9. I did not want to speak a single word in French. I was too scared to say or like speak up when I didn't understand anything. And my gym teacher called me out on that. Oh my God. Oh, it was like kind of a scary experience because this gym teacher was like kind of intimidating. And now that I'm out of school, I will say he was kind of attractive. Um, yeah, he was kind of strict. He was kind of scary. He was very intimidating. And yeah, I didn't want any confrontation. But after he confronted me that like, hey, like if you don't know French and if you're stuck, like let me know. Like say you don't understand. Like don't just stand there and do nothing pretty much. And that really hit home. That really did hit home. Albeit like I didn't fully take in that lesson like when I'm making like if when I'm okay as I'm about to describe these other life decisions you're gonna understand like I didn't fully incorporate that in my life but like that did incorporate me for like in class like I would be a lot more engaged after that. I would raise my hand in class more. I would try to participate whenever the teacher called up for it. And I would say high school has made me a more social person, but it uh, it takes a lot for me to like get comfortable. I would say, but now I know how. Like now that I'm an adult and uh, I know what interests me. I know how to like entertain people. I guess so. You're that was lesson one. So create your social circle, guys. Oh, I'm so sorry. I went so off topic there. I yapper, professional yapper. Sorry. And then so moving on to lesson number. Yeah, the French is coming out. Oh, so yeah, lesson number 2 is worry less about what others think and set expectations low for yourself. So this one is I've kind of developed this mindset in grade 7. So I'm gonna start off by saying I was a really big Jenna Marbles fan. Maybe that shows in the way I talk. Hell yeah, if it does, hell yeah. Um, and she lives rent free in my mind, as my friend would say. And I kind of adopted like her personality as I was growing up, where it was the fuck everything, fuck everyone. I want to do what I want, beach, and I'm gonna have a good time, right? And in grade 7. I had a friend who was like, "Hey Kevin, are you gay?" And I was just like, what is that?" So when I got home, I was like, "What is gay?" And then I realized, like, "Oh, you like men. You like same gender." And I was like, "Oh, okay." Yeah. So I was really thinking about it. And then I was like, "Oh, like maybe I am." And so I kind of just like rolled with that for the rest of my life. Like even now, I'm just like, oh yeah, I'm that bitch. And because I just rolled with it, like people found me like really interesting. That's a great word to say. Yeah, I have a really interesting personality. And because of that, people talk to me more. I think I was very easygoing. People like approach me pretty easily, I would say, throughout my entire school life. So, and I wasn't bullied afterwards because of that. So I was very grateful. Uh, and yeah, like I say worry about oh my god, I'm on frame. I was saying like worry less about what people think because I was so open to it. Like I was so open to the idea of like being gay. I was like, oh, like this is who I am. Okay, time to embrace it. And that just made me enjoy life more for like a longer period of time. If you are and this doesn't just apply to being gay or trans whatever it is like your sexual identity but this also just goes like like your personality. Like if you want to be loud and rowdy, go be loud and rowdy. Like you'll find people who like you, and just don't care about like bullies or anything who say like, oh, you're loud and rowdy, like you're stealing the spotlight, you're an attention whore. Like go be that attention whore. Like slay, period. As long as it's not like hurting anyone else or like doing harm, or causing like a ruckus or annoying people, then like do what you want, right? And also, uh, if they don't like you, like girl, like you could tell them to go away. That is like my mentality the entire time. Like if someone isn't vibing with me, I'll leave. Or if I'm having a great time, everyone else is having a great time, and but they're not having a great time, like girl, they can leave, right? Uh, that's that's literally my mentality my entire life. You know, go vibe. This entire thing is vibe, okay? And the other part to this is set low expectations for yourself. This is also coming from Jenna Marbles. When you set low expectations for yourself, I don't mean that in like a bad way, like, oh, you're underachieving, right? I just mean this in a way where you're setting low expectations in order to not be let down, pretty much. Like, let's say you're writing a test, right? And this test is like clearly like not important at all to your grade. Like, think high school gym class, health, right? Like you have to pass this test to succeed. Okay, maybe health class. Okay, pay attention in health class, okay, guys. But okay, maybe I'll use a different example. Okay, you are in math class, right? Grade 10 math. And you're like super stressed out about this test. You're like, okay, if I don't get like a 95% or above, like I'm a fucking failure. Like, I'm sorry, I hate to break it to you, but like a 95% on a math test in grade 10 is not gonna stick with you for the rest of your life. Okay. Um, you have to think things in the long run, right? When choices and decisions matter, like you'll know it matters, and that's when you want to set the high expectations for yourself, right? When it comes to something as little as like a math test in grade 10 and you want to get a 95, like I think you're overachieving a little bit, okay? And I'm not calling if you do this right now, like I'm not calling you out. Like I'm not saying that's like a terrible thing. That's great that you have high expectations for yourself, but also you're setting yourself up to be disappointed in yourself a lot more often than what a normal human being should be going through. um, we all are human beings. We all are like expected to live for like long periods of time, right? So if you fail now, you still have another like 60 years to your life to try again, and you'll probably succeed by then, right? Or if anything, like you'll realize like, oh, maybe this isn't for me, and then you'll switch, right? You'll figure out something, a different approach to it, right? And that's the same for the math test I was just explaining, right? Like if you failed this one right now, who's to say you're gonna fail the next one, right? Instead, like you fail this one, you're gonna study harder for the next one, and you're also gonna study what you messed up on the previous test, and then boom, you're gonna get that 90%, 95%, 100%, even maybe, and you're gonna that helps you get through things in life. Like if you don't make a mistake, if you don't fail, you're just gonna set yourself up on a road of like, I need to fail. I was like, I need to succeed. I'm gonna succeed. I'm gonna succeed. I'm gonna succeed. And then what happens when you like reach the very top and then you fail? Like you work so hard at these like very tiny micro steps, like not just like micro steps, but like teeny tiny sand micro steps, like that literally don't matter in the long run. But like you're spending all your energy into that when you could be spending your money. You could be spending your energy into like the main thing. Like that's what matters the most. Like making like these steps, like you still need to succeed at each one, right? But if you fail along the way at these micro steps, that's going to be a lot better than failing at like the big step where it matters the most, right? So that's that. And I want to use like what I'm doing right now as like an example, right? If I was to like look at myself right now and be like, "What are you doing with your life?" I'll be like, "They kind of a failure." And it it's okay to feel that way, right? It's okay to feel like a failure. It's okay. Okay, sorry. Let me reword that. It's okay to fail, right? It's not okay to be a failure because I don't think anyone is. It's just you need to figure out a different approach to it, right? And that's what I'm figuring out right now in my life is, I'm doing podcasting right now. I'm trying to run my YouTube channel. But what's failing for me right now, it's I'm not, consistent enough. I'm not I guess creative enough. I need to put out more. There's a lot of combinations of things I need to do for me to grow, right? And simply looking at myself right now and being like, "Oh, you're like if I were to have high expectations for myself my entire life, I would have been looking at this moment right now and be like, damn, like maybe I should just work at McDonald's or something. Not saying working at McDonald's is bad, right? But just work some kind of part-time job, full-time job that doesn't require any brain power, right? But I don't want to do that, right? That's not how I want to spend my life. Um, but if you did have those high expectations, like maybe you think that way, you never know, right? Um, so yeah. So lesson number 3 is if something is addicting, maybe you should stop doing it. AKA stop procrastinating, Kevin. Oh my god. So in grade 6, a lot of my friends were gamers at the time, right? And I wasn't a gamer. When in my free time, I was like, I don't know, what was I doing? I was like playing with my sister or watching TV or checking out stuff on YouTube, or just like spending time with my parents, right? But they showed me the game called Minecraft. And this is where it goes all downhill, okay? Like, so I started playing Minecraft. It was like simple, like, what was it called? Like sandbox multiplayer survival, right? If you know what Minecraft is, that's pretty much like the vanilla version of Minecraft. You build your house, you get a wolf pet, you fight PvP with friends, you get your diamond armor, all that stuff, right? And I did that for like a while, right? And then I discovered multiplayer servers. Oh my god, this is where the fun really kicks in. There was stuff like Mineplex, Sky Wars, Egg Wars. What else was there? Oh my god, there's so many. What's the other one called? Oh, I don't remember. But you get the idea, right? There's so many multiplayer game modes that you could play on Minecraft. Like they were popping off at the time. Like they were so creative. I remember Mineplex having like peak like 100K players on at the same time. And nowadays it's like only like a few thousand. Like, but to be fair, like it's mainly because the Minecraft people at the time, Minecraft players at the time, like all grew out of it, like just like me included, right? So and now it's like kind of the player base now is like not as popular, or it nowadays I think multiplayer is not as popular as like mods or playing just single player, which is cute. I find that cute. But I was playing Hunger Games with a friend. This Hunger Games was the absolute shit for me. It was the right balance of like competitive, you get to show off your gameplay, you're like fighting pretty much in this arena, right? It was what do people call that in Fortnite? Yeah, Hunger Games was the shit for me. It kind of compares to like Fortnite if you ever played Fortnite, where it's like in an arena and like it slowly starts shrinking. Hunger Games was like that, except it wasn't a shrinking map, but you pretty much start in the middle with all the players. You get the loot at the center, run out, find more loot chests and everything, build your armor, build weapons, fight other players, take their loot, and then you're trying to be the last one standing, right? Oh my god, it was so fun. It was so fun, but it was so toxic. I would flame my friend. Like my friend and I would like flame each other pretty much. Like, why are you doing this? Like, with our squeaky voices. Like, oh my god, I was just trying to get a kill. I'm like, oh my god, Kevin, like you left me alone. Like, oh my god, what are you doing? And that banter like was always back and forth. And then it got to a point where it was so toxic that sometimes like we would just call it a night, right? Like we didn't have good games often. It was like we always died first, or uh we did something to each other that was oh my god, talking about it is so embarrassing. Okay, but you get the idea, right? uh and then the next game was League of Legends. You really thought I would learn my lesson at the first time, but no, I did not learn my lesson the first time at all. League of Legends is probably like one of the biggest games at the time. Like I was playing in Minecraft. Like it was even bigger before I got into it, but it was still pretty big, right? I think I got in like season 6 or 7. And I was a mage player. I'm a Lux girly. I'm an Ari girly. I'm a Sona big booby girly. I'm a Misfortune big booby girly. Uh, and I loved the idea of like playing a character in like kind of like a role playing, right? So when I was playing a mage, I would be like, hey yeah, and like throwing out the spells and missing, and then that was like so fun. Like I would say League of Legends was definitely less toxic than my Minecraft era, but it was toxic for my academic. Oh my god. But it was definitely toxic for my academics. I will say that right now. It low key, high key ruined my life, my academics, my discipline, self control. I remember playing, like, as soon as I got home from school, I would be on that, texting my friends, be like, yo, get on. It's time to ARAM. It's time to Summoner's Rift. Rift up. Q. Ranked. Let's go. Oh my god. How did it end up like this? But I think that went on for pretty much my entire high school career. Um, Although nowadays I only play ARAM because Summoner's Rift is too toxic. But I'd say nowadays it is a good thing that I would say I play less than before, but I still play quite a bit, especially with TFT. Oh my god. Teamfight Tactics? Yeah. Oh my god. Ah. Teamfight Tactics for me was like the post league exhaustion, but then TFT came out, and that was like the big new exciting thing, and I was playing it a lot during university. Oh my god. But now I've chilled down again. Like I think my league phase is over. If I didn't have any friends playing with me, I'd say I play like maybe one game of ARAM, one game of TFT, like solo, and then that'll be it for me. And I think that's like a healthy amount. But before I was playing like solo all the time, so that's not good. But now I am addicted to Honkai Star Rail. I don't know what's worse, League of Legends or Honkai Star Rail. I feel like Honkai Star Rail, right? At least it's a single player game that doesn't like involve toxicity or flaming other teammates, right? But Honkai Star Rail is a game. It's like a fantasy turn-based game, and it goes back with what I said about League, where if I get to play like as a character, bitch, yes. But this is worse because in League of Legends, there wasn't any like super hot guys. Like Jace was okay. Ezreal's like a twink, but he's okay. Uh, yeah, I didn't like that many male characters in League of Legends. But for Honkai, oh, the men here are they leveled up. They leveled up. We have Blade, Jingyuan, what's his name? Welts, Japard. Oh, I didn't like Japard at first, but then after his story, like he was so cute to me. Ooh, but then my favorite, Don Hung. Oh my god, he's so pretty, he's so cute, and then I love playing them. Not because like, okay, it is fun. The game is quite fun, but like being able to like stare at 2D men all day playing the game, I'm just like, oh yes. It's like anime art style too, and it's like, oh yes, yes, give me that. I will eat that up. So, moral of the story is, I just demonstrated that this is what addiction does to you. So, this. I have a gaming addiction. That's my addiction. But if you have something like smoking, drugs, drinking, or like that kind of stuff, then like maybe this is not the video for you. And then our last lesson for the episode is save your money. Oh my god. Also save your time. I've been yapping too much. Okay, yes. So unfortunately for me and the rest of the people in this world, the internet has made it really easy to online shop. And I am born in the world where I have very quick access to like AliExpress, Amazon, Shopify, whatever it is, even like Uber and like Uber Eats, Skip the Dishes, and that kind of stuff. Like, I I have spent a lot of money. Yes, I'm not like super rich or anything, but I've just been working a part time job ever since I was in high school, and like I've been saving up until now. Well, not really saving, but earning money and spending it right after, up until now. And I have a lot of regrets. I will definitely say that. If you have to work so hard, you're getting paid by the hour, and you're just blowing all that on like stuff you don't really need. Like, girl, save your money. Save it for that big house in the future. Save it for that car that you need. Save it to pay off your OSAP, bitch. Uh, the bitch is me in the question. Sorry. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. So I will just name some of those regrets right here. Um, I think the biggest regret for me is buying K-pop albums. I know. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I have to say it, but like, yes, I made that money to buy the K-pop albums, but yes, I do regret spending my own money to buy those albums because K-pop albums, as you guys know, like they aren't cheap. They're like 20 something, maybe even 30 something for one. And I think I have at the top of my head, maybe like 15 more, maybe even 20. I bought, oh my God. So put that in perspective, right? 20 albums times another 20. That's $400. Okay. Oop. Yes. And what are they doing? Sitting on my shelf. Yeah, like if once in a while it's okay to buy K-pop albums, but like if you're buying it frequently for all the groups that you like, for every single comeback that they have, you're gonna go broke, girly. But if you got money, can I get the Clash on G album, G Idol album, please? Thank you. Another thing that I regret is building a PC during the graphics card drought. Hee hee hee. Y'all already know where I'm going with this. So during COVID, I guess it was like a really big thing for crypto mining at the time. And graphics cards were pretty much like you need graphics cards, like high end graphics cards to mine for the cryptocurrency. Still doesn't make sense to me, but yes. Uh, and because of that, graphics cards were heavily, heavily inflated. And I made the dumb decision where I bought one during that time because I was like, oh, I need a gaming PC. Ooh. So I think I have like an AMD Radeon 6600 XT, which is like more on the like mid high end side. It's not even that good, right? But I bought that bitch for like $800. My budget, keep in mind, my budget at the time was like 1,000, like 1,500, and like that literally made my PC bill to go up to 1,000, like 900. And oh my God, Kevin, I don't know what flew over me at the time. I was just so eager to finish the build. I didn't want to like wait. I'm really impatient. I'll tell you that right now. I didn't want to wait for it, so I just like, okay, well, it's in stock. The price went down like by like 1%. Okay, time to buy it. That was my mentality at the time. Yeah. Another thing I regret was my phone. Uh, During the time, I was using a iPhone 6S and I needed an upgrade. Um, but this was at a time where I wasn't really into the Apple ecosystem yet. So I was like, oh, okay, I'm going to try Samsung for a change because Android is quirky and I like quirkiness, right? So I bought the Samsung Galaxy S10 and after a year I stopped using it and I bought an iPhone 13 afterwards. So and I'm not like going against all y'all Android likers, but unfortunately for me, Apple just speaks to me more. It's just more intuitive for me, and the Samsung S10 was just like it was just like a boring device. Honestly, it wasn't out of the ordinary. There was nothing cool about it. It was just a simple phone, right? But usually I'll be like, okay, it's fine. I'll just give it to my parents after or whatever. I'll just use it as a hand-me-down phone. But ah, oh my god. It's the thing is, okay, at the time that I bought it at full price because I wanted it new, right? But this was already 2 generations old. So the Galaxy S20 was out and the Galaxy S21 was just came out. And it would have been so much better if I just bought an S21 at full price because it was pretty much the same price. But me being quirky, I was like, I don't like the design of the 21 that much. I'm gonna buy the 10 because it has like that nice pearl prism looking look back glass to it. And I was like, oh, that's pretty. I'll buy that one instead. Regret, 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 regret. So wrapping up the podcast now, I want to ask myself, out of all these lessons, which one do I want to emphasize the most? And honestly, it's gonna have to be a mix between number 3 and number 4. Okay. Initially, I was gonna be like number 3 for sure, because gaming and addiction not good. But also, save your money, because money is what is gonna get you places in life, right? Like you need to buy for food, you need to survive, you need to have a roof over your head, you need transportation. Money is so important that now that I've emphasized how much I've wasted, like I wasted probably like okay, that was $400 from the K-pop albums, pretty much $1,000 from my phone because I used it for a year, but in the end I switched to iPhone anyway. So all that, I would say I waste and the graphics card, right? I would say I wasted like easily over $2,000, maybe even $3,000 because I've spent so much money on random shit, so much money on like shitty experiences, um, and shitty purchases like random accessories for my computer that I don't even touch today. And just like even like the camera that I use right now. This was like $1,000. Like lens for it was like also like added up to like $1,000 too. And like yeah, save your money. That's pretty much what I gotta say. And for lesson number 3, yeah, I wasted unimaginable hours on games, and while my friendships like did strengthen because of them, like we would play games all together, it was fun. Playing alone is not it, girly. Like if you're not playing with friends, oh okay, and this is a key point, right? If you're not playing with friends, don't play. That's what I've taken away from lesson number 3 is if it's gonna be an experience that you're having with friends, sure, go out, play, have fun, right? But if you're just playing by yourself, like what benefit are you having playing League of Legends by yourself? Yeah, so I would have used that time that I spent in games, learning new hobbies, spending more time focusing on my career, and just trying to be better, right? As human beings, we always need to learn, right? You think you know something until you figure out, and then you're like dumbfounded that you didn't know in the first place, right? So it's very important that we keep teaching ourselves and re-educating ourselves so that we stay up to date with the generation and we are knowing what's going on in the world. But yeah, this concludes the 4th episode of Delulu Hour. Once again, please check out my Vancouver vlog if you haven't already. And also let me know in the comments a lesson you've learned and we could have a conversation about it. And that reminds me, I feel that there needs to be a part 2 of this, considering how long I've yapped, but maybe with a guest. And then we could go back and forth on the lessons that we've learned growing up. And all right, I'll see you guys in the next 2 weeks. Bye. Hope you enjoyed.